Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights: Darkness over Daggerford. Last episode, we went and found out some more information. Something about weapons being picked up, being snuck through the place. We're gonna go into the docks and see what we can find out is going on there. So, let's begin exploring and seeing if we can find anything out at the docks here. We need to find the ship around here.
Wait. Yes. Yes, that's Trulet and Gregon's claret I smelled from those casks. It's a shame we can't acquire some.
No, we cannot. Fernigold the Elder.
My greetings.
This old man seems oblivious to your attempts at conversation. His eyes staring listlessly out to sea while his lower lip trembles with pent-up emotion. Begging your pardon, sir, but is everything alright?
What?
Well, please excuse me if I seem a bit distracted. You see, my son is sort of, well, missing. And I don't know what to do. I've looked in all the usual places, and the lad is simply nowhere to be found.
Did you file a missing persons report with the Daggerford militia?
Well, I spoke with that Captain Dratharian fellow, and he seemed to jot down some notes on a piece of paper, but then just told me he was too busy, and that it was my job as the boy's father to keep him in line.
Yes, I'm familiar with Dratharian's supreme lack of tact.
Between the Griffins and the militia, folks in Daggerford never knows who's in charge anymore. There used to be a chain of command that went from Frederick right up to the Duke, but now I don't know who is going to help me find my son.
Do you want me to help you find your son?
You'd really do that? You'd help me find my boy?
It would be my pleasure, sir.
That's very kind of you, sir. My boy and I share the same name, Fernigold, so folks call him Fernigold the Younger. He's an avid treasure hunter and used to pester passing merchants for old maps and manuscripts. A few days ago, he showed me his latest find. It was a map and some notes about a tomb of some ancient king called Talarthia. He also showed it to a few of his mates around town, like the lad Klevtor, who was always hanging around the docks.
Then perhaps I'll go... Anything else you can tell me, Fernigold?
Only that my boy has always been a bit too enthusiastic for his own good, and gets taken in by folks who would prey on someone too naive to know any better.
Then perhaps I'll go speak with this Klevtor fellow and see what he knows. Klevtor, eh? Interesting. Alright, well, we have a boat here. Captain Turgot. Yar, and avast ye, landlubber. Who be wishing to speak to the chant to Captain Turgot, eh? Do all sailors use phrases like yar, avast ye, and landlubber?
No.
No, we don't actually, and I apologize profusely, sir. I thought everyone expected us to talk that way. My actually speaking voice is far more articulate. Oh, glad to hear it. Now, is this purely a social call, or is there something I can do to aid you this day? Can you tell me where I might find the captain of this ship?
Yes.
Yes, I can, for I am captain of the Flying Fish. Samuel Turgot is my name. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. Well, Captain Turgot, might I ask you a few questions? Oh, but of course, sir. I welcome a dash of witty repartee. Why are you docked at Daggerford? My vessel was damaged in a powerful gale some 3 days past. I chose to dock in Daggerford for repairs. Have you seen any suspicious activities recently? Suspicious? No. Odd? Yes. I'd be most appreciative if you would share with me the details of these oddities. I've been studying the frigate next to mine, the Barracuda. I noticed her hands only load her up at night from barges that come from up the river. The barges seem ordinary enough and carry the emblem of the Shoreside Shipping Consortium, but the cargo must be extremely valuable since they take such great pains not to damage the goods when loading them onto the ship. Where are your crewmen? I've released them from their duties so they might blow off steam. You'll most likely find them heavily inebriated in the local tavern, as is their custom. Why aren't you with them? I'm not much of a drinker, sorry to say. Plus, I'm nearly finished with the book I've been reading, so I choose to remain behind, as is my custom. Thank you, that's all I needed to know. Okay, so the other boat is the one that we should be that we're trying to find more information on. That one. We're gonna need to figure out a way to get on there somehow. Ooh, a chest. Any loot in this chest?
I can do that.
Please do. I would like to know if there's anything good in this chest. The answer is a topaz and a grease scroll. Well, we can sell it for money. Ooh, crusty sack. With 5 coins, sure. Crate here. Potion of critical wounds. Good to have. There's Clevtor and Rugmax.
What do you want?
Let's see. I suppose you two are the resident toughs around the docks then, eh? Yeah, you might say that. I mean, some of the lads need to be kept in line, if you know what I mean. Ain't that right, Rugmax?
Hi!
Yeah, we keep an eye on things down here, so stuff from the docks don't get lost and whatnot. And in return, a few of the captains slide us a bit of coin. You see, some of the lads around the docks can get greedy, so we make sure there's enough to go round for everyone. He tugs at his ear and gives you a sly wink. Fernigold the Elder says you two know his son, Fernigold the Younger. Know him? Why, he's a regular laugh riot, that one. Always running about talking about lost treasure and ancient tombs. Ain't that right, Rugmax? Yeah, saying he's gonna find some magic sword or helmet that's gonna make him and his folks rich. Fernie's a full-blown nutcase. Well, news is that the lad might be dead, and I've heard a few folks mention you two as suspects. Folks around here know better than to spread rumors about Rugmax and I. Think you're lying between your teeth, mister. However, I am a bit worried about Fernie all the same. We got a traveling merchant to sell Fernie a fake map. I only did it to make some extra coin and to have a laugh at Fernie's expense. When he didn't come back, I started to get worried. I guess he must have followed the map and got himself in some trouble. Now that's all I know, honest. Do you have a copy of the map? Here, take it. I hope it leads you to him, mister. Yes, I hope so too. Let's see. Copy of map used by Fernigold the Younger. This is a copy of the map used by Fernigold the Younger before he went missing. The map marks out a waterfall in a wilderness area east of Liam's Hold. Written on the bottom of the map is the word Tematamoth. A fake map, eh? Wonderful. And we've got a Fillion here.
Greetings, friend.
Greetings, I'm Fillion the Brewmaster, known far and wide for brewing drinks that'll put hairs on an elf's chest or stop a stone giant dead in his tracks. Stop a stone giant, you say? That's a bold claim, Brewmaster. Well, it's a claim I wouldn't make if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. There I was, gathering herbs for my brews near Boreskir Bridge, when I felt the first tremor. It knocked me clear off my feet, it did. An earthquake? Oh, if only I'd been so lucky. No, friend, this was the largest, meanest, and dare I say, hungriest-looking stone giant I've ever laid eyes on. And he was coming right for me. Let me guess, you offered him a drink. Ah, you don't offer a stone giant anything. If it wants a thing, it takes it. So what happened next? Well, I lit off like a shot back down the tradeway, hollering for anyone within shouting distance. But the lummox was gaining on me fast, so I knew I had to come up with an idea, and fast. And your plan? I fell to the ground like a wet sack of potatoes. You what? I let the big ape have what he wanted. A fat, juicy gnome, good enough to suck down raw. Ew, Fillion, that's... Well, that's just not a pretty picture. Sorry about that, friend. I can get a bit carried away with the visual component of the tale sometimes. Anyhow, he comes up on me, smacking his lips like he hasn't had a bite to eat in days, and he grabs me right up in his mighty hand and opens wide his gaping maw. Sounds like that stone giant was about to be a lot less hungry. Well, if he had gobbled me up, I wouldn't be here to tell my tale. No, as soon as my foot touched that big black tongue of his, I uncorked a bottle of my strongest brew and poured it straight down his gullet, shouting, "Look out below!" The giant fell asleep. Fell asleep? No, the great behemoth went comatose. Soon as I saw him lean to one side, I grabbed hold of a tonsil and rode him straight down to the ground. Then I crawled out of his mouth and ran the whole way back to Waterdeep. Now if that don't make you want my brew, I don't know what will. Sounds like my kind of drink. How much? You'll probably be thinking this potent potable is worth at least 50 gold pieces, but you'll be wrong. Next you'll say, but Filion, how in blazes can you sell it for anything less than 40 gold pieces? Well, friend, I'm letting you have a 100% genuine bottle of Filion's brew for the low price of just 30 gold pieces. Yep, you heard it right. Just 30 gold pieces for the drink sailors call the Bitch Queen's Revenge. Interested? Did you say the Bitch Queen's Revenge? To tell the truth, I just made that part up, and kind of like the sound of it, actually. But I guarantee you'll be wanting to take Umberlee's name in vain yourself after having some of Filion's best. Interested? I give up, Filion. You win. Filion's Brew. You know what? For the sake of having one, I'll buy one. And it was 34 coins, not 30. Sure. Also, we got tired, which indicates we do need to rest. So I think I can find a random building that I can rest in. Otherwise, we're going to have penalties to everything, which is a bad thing, and I really don't want. So, give me a moment to find a spot I can rest at. Let's see. One of these buildings was open. I think it was this. Yep, it was this one. Nope, not that one. This one, this tower. There we go. We've rested. I didn't know that tiredness was a thing that could happen here. It's a little bothersome that it is something that can happen here, and I don't like it. Not at all. I'll just need to remember to regularly rest. Also, the fact that there's night and day things to this also bugs me a bit. Alright, let's keep looking around. Eric the Finn. Hello.
Ugh, those carcasses smell as if they're rotting. I do not like the scent of the dogs.
Yeah, I can tell. Who is Eric the Finn? Bane's blood, but I'm in a pickle. Bane's blood? Excuse the profanity, young master, but old Eric the Finn's really put his foot in it this time. What exactly is the problem, Eric? Well, I was loading up me boat the other day when winds kissed by Auril herself came screaming down from the north. Next thing I know, one of me chests gets blown clear off the docks and drops right into the blasted Delimbier. I grabbed an oar to fish her out, but by then the currents had done their work. I've looked all along the shoreline, but figure the thing's on its way out to sea by now. I do a good bit of traveling in my line of work. I could keep an eye out for this chest of yours. What did it look like? The chest itself is pretty nondescript. Just a chest, you know, but the contents were... Well, let's just say old Eric the Finn would dole out a fair bit of gold to get that chest back in his grubby mitts. You interested in helping me track it down? What does a fair bit of gold amount to, exactly? Oh, you'll get your share and then some, lad. If you find her, bring her back straight away, and I'll pay you a handsome sum. What do you say, friend? We have a deal? Alright, I'll try and find the chest for you.
Yeah, that's away.
Now, due to the, well, sensitive nature of the items in the chest, I'd prefer to keep its contents a secret if you don't mind. So you gotta promise me you'll keep her shut. I promise to keep the chest shut, Eric. Curious as I am about what's inside. The Shoreside Shipping Consortium is written on the side of the boat. There's a black barrel here. Acid flask, garnet, holy water, and something here.
It seems I can't.
And here's members of the Barracuda. Is that what we're looking for? No, it's the other one. Oh, it's both of them, actually. So I do need to get into the Barracuda. Let me drop a save before we try taking a look in this one first. Alright, to the boat we go.
Right, I can do that.
Yes, let's see if we can find anything of use in here, if you don't mind, Puffman. Thank you. This is nothing but weapons. Oh, damn, crew member found us.
Say hello to my
Right, so what do we have in these crates? Leather armor and chainmail. More leather armor. Bullets and arrows. And various throwing weapons. Ooh, and 6 gold. I think if nothing else, at the very least, the chainmail has value. I shouldn't take it. I'm gonna leave all this here. Okay, what about these 2 crew members?
I greet you.
We don't like people on our ship who ain't crew, so I suggest that you scram. The beefy half-orc crosses his thick arms and curls his fat lips into an ugly snarl. But I only want to ask a few questions. Questions? We don't do questions, right, Weird Nog? No, blah, we don't. We don't like the pesky little human asking us questions, do we? But I only want to ask... I blame it on society, you know. Society? Huh. What are you talking about? The half-orc furiously scratches his large melon-shaped head, very much like a dog searching for a troublesome flea. Sorry, Nobla, I've been reading too much and not drinking enough. Say, I've got a drink for you to try. Oh, a drink, you say? What is it? Fillion's brew. It can put hair on a skinny elf's chest. I've never heard of that one, but it sounds like our kind of drink. Hand it over. Here you are. That's got a good real kick to it. What do you think, Nobla? Not bad at all. Say, what did you say it was called? The half-orc drops something as he falls. Well, would you look at that? We got a key. Now let's get in there. The captain's cabin, eh? Well, I'll loot what else I can around here. 7 gold. Probably not the most useful. Regular chest over here, if you don't mind Ow! That hurt a little bit. But I'll be okay. And we've got a potion of aid and unidentified armor. Alright, what's in the desk? Captain Harab's massive oak desk is cluttered with a chaotic assortment of sea charts, empty bottles, and stained notebooks. One of the notebooks, a small black ledger tightly bound in oiled leather, lies open where the captain was dutifully recording a summary of the Barracuda's last voyage. Read it. I sailed the Barracuda along the Sword Coast and into an isolated cove among the rugged cliffs of the Crab's Claw coast. There I delivered my cargo, 12 crates of splint mail, 4 crates of leather jerkins, 9 crates of spears, and 3 crates of halberds. The orcs received my shipment in good order and paid me the agreed price, 2,000 gold plus 16 able-bodied slaves. Oh! What are you doing in here? What are you doing in here? I was just waiting for Captain Harab. Ha, that's a fine tale, but I don't believe you. Will 100 gold pieces change your mind? That's more coin than I could hope to earn in a year. Fine, I'll take your coin, but you best be gone the next time I come around. The thick-necked guard turns to leave, calling out to his mates. Come on, let's move on. There's nothing to see here. Griffin guards convinced to leave peacefully. 200 XP. Oh! I bet I could have actually gotten, not had to go see the guy in charge, Bugo, if I had spoken to the guards differently. But, I mean, this worked out. So Bugo doesn't know about this. Well, I mean, Bugo is probably involved in all this, but it does raise some questions. Alright. Into Lathander's temple so I can get this, this item identified. Liam, if you don't mind. Sell the topaz, sell the grease, sell the garnet, and... Fencer's Grace. +1 armor bonus, parry, tumble, and cat's grace. Well, it's a good amount of coin for it, so I'm definitely selling it. Now, let's go tell what's-her-name about what we found. And honestly, I do have some gold here. I'm willing to pay this so I don't have to wear that So I don't have to go through wearing that thing. $100, that's a lot. Alright. Pass the gold through the hatch.
Good business to you.
Hopefully she'll let me in from now on. So I don't have to deal with putting that thing on and off again over and over and over. I mean, yes, I got the I mean, yes, I didn't have to spend the money, but still. Alright, Astriel, I have news.
Ah, I was starting to worry about you. Have you any news about the barge traffic?
Tell her what you've discovered about the cargo and its destination. The Shoreside Shipping Consortium has ties to Bugo, although this could very well be a coincidence. Transportation of weapons and armor doesn't pose any danger in itself. Indeed, it is very common, but your mention of Ors is most definitely concerning. I agree. I hope that we will discover more of this as our investigations continue, but for now I need to think about where to search next. Now then, Jareth, word has reached my ears that the death of the Duke himself might not be such a straightforward affair as we had first thought. Never is. The Duke was an experienced warrior, as I have mentioned, and I must admit that it would be inordinately bad luck for him to be slain by a wild boar. Apparently, there is a rumor abroad that there may have been evidence at the scene of his death that could help us to prove that his death was no accident. I want you to see what you can find out by talking to the locals.
Bars are a good place for rumor and tittle-tattle. See if you can track down anyone who was actually part of the Duke's hunting party on the fateful day, and ask them if they saw anything.
I'll do this right away.
Ah, a job after my own heart.
Do not worry. I will instruct Perfbit in the proper routines and procedures for an investigation while we are on our way to the Inns of Daggerford.
Huh.
I just can't wait to get started.
Alright, so out to the inns then. Pretty sure this is not the inn we want to look at. But there are a couple others. Oop. Let's head this way. Let's see, so we've got the Happy Cow Tavern and the Blackstone Inn. I feel like the Blackstone Inn is where we need to investigate. So let's try there. Let's see. Black Bill O'Shaughnessy. Ahoy there, landlubber. What brings you to Daggerford? This old salt has a knavish twinkle in his eye. Just passing through. Can I ask your name, sir? Me name is Bill when I'm dry docked, or Black Bill when I'm at sea. Why the need for two names, Bill? Well, that's a little complicated, friend. You see, mine was a very normal childhood. I was raised in a nice home with plenty to eat and clean clothes on me back. Then I put out to sea and... Bill pauses, wistfully recalling years of days of lore. Yes? Sorry, friend, I get a bit misty-eyed when I think back on me maiden voyage. I was a merchant seaman then, a card-carrying member of the Mariners' Alliance. What was it like working for the Mariners' Alliance? They are a good bunch of swabbies, if a bit shy and secretive around strangers. If you ever want to cozy up to one of them, just feed them booze. Lots and lots of booze. Those lads and lasses really love their harbour bottom whiskey. Sound advice, Bill. Now, I believe you were about to explain why you have one name in one port and another at sea. Aye, I was indeed. So I'm working for the Alliance, and the first night at sea the ship starts heaving back and forth like we're caught in a gale. Except there wasn't a drop of rain in sight, nor wind to fill our sails. The captain had us strap ourselves to the mast while he tried to steer us to safety. But just as he grabbed hold of the wheel, we spied the cause of the disturbance, as the Kraken's first tentacle grabbed hold of the mainmast. Now, sailors and Krakens have a long history of not getting along, so when this one spied our captain pulling hard at the wheel, it snatched him up in its mighty beak. Sounds terrible. What did you do? I remembered me grandpa, who is quite the seaman himself, telling me how Krakens ain't too fond of fire, as they don't see it much at the bottom of the sea. So I told a few of the lads to sling some lamp oil at the beast and torch the ballistas. Bill's eyes alight with a fiendish twinkle. The first bolt from the ballista lit the thing up like a candle. I can still hear its shrieks in me head. After that, the crew sorta saw me as their new captain. They also decided that working for the Mariners Alliance wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Excuse the pun. So we broke out on our own as freelancers. With me new occupation as lawless scoundrel, I needed a name change, so I added the black to the beginning. When I'm back in port, so as not to draw attention, I just resort back to Bill. Just plain old law-abiding Bill O'Shaughnessy. Well, thanks for the tale, Bill, and good luck with those dual personalities. Thank you kindly, sir. We too will do our best. Stran?
Hello.
No, you don't have anything. Gilgamesh? Probably not.
You have something to say?
Okay, you don't have anything. Oh, you have the Harbor Bottom Whiskey, which would have been useful for the others. Okay, don't need that. I mean, it's a unique name, but still. Please use it. Thank you. Okay, so not in this one, but let's take a look in the other one to the south. The Happy Cow Tavern. Maybe someone's in there. Little bit of a walk to get there, but it's fine. Right around to here. Alright, let's see.
Yes.
Furnace, I'm pretty sure no.
I bid you hello.
What about Demetria?
Hello there, friend.
No, I think she owns the place. Jory?
Hail, traveler.
No. What about upstairs? I don't think there was anyone up there. Can I open this now?
It seems I can.
No, I cannot. Huh. Fullbar, do you have anything to say?
I greet you.
Can you tell me about the day the Duke went missing? Not much to tell, really, but I'll make a deal with you. You buy a few of my special brews instead of the usual fare on the menu, and I'll get the old rumor mill churning for you. Okay, we've already been through that.
I greet you.
Farmer Gazlo,
My greetings.
Havasar,
Excellent.
Farmer Rory. There's no one in either of these. This is strange. There's only one other place we haven't been. Or that I didn't look at, and that's the original. There's no way it's gonna be one of them. No way.
It seems I can't.
Oh, really? I need to pay 100 every time? That's stupid. Oh, it's a unique thing. Okay, I'm gonna end this episode here. I need to figure out where this is supposed to be. Next episode, we'll find this information and move on. Till then, I am Chester44, also known as Falai. That is Jareth Loreni, Perfbin, and Reagan. This has been a Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights, Darkness over Daggerford, and I shall see you all next time.